G'day and welcome. If you've ever thought about how to make your family's giving more strategic, more meaningful, then you've absolutely landed in the right place. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful ways to do just that in Australia, a way to build a real, lasting legacy for your family and make a huge difference in your community. So, let's get into it. And that really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? This quote from David Gonski just perfectly captures what this is all about. Proper, heartfelt philanthropy, it's not a one-way street. It is absolutely a journey that gives back, enriching you and your family just as much as the causes you decide to support. Look, a lot of us give in a pretty casual way. A donation here, sponsoring a mate's fun run there, and that's great. But what if you could make it more intentional? What if your giving was part of a bigger plan? This is all about moving from those random acts of kindness to a focused vision that really, truly reflects what your family stands for. So, what's the actual tool for making this vision a reality? Well, it's called a Private Ancillary Fund, or a PAF for short. The easiest way to think of it is like your family's very own private foundation. It's a structure built for one purpose: to let you set money aside for charity, manage it, and then direct it to the causes you're most passionate about, all while being incredibly tax effective. Now, you might have heard of their cousins, Public Ancillary Funds, or PAFs. They're also a brilliant tool, but they're a different beast altogether. A PAF is public. It pools donations from lots of different people for a collective goal. A PAF, on the other hand, is completely private. It's your money. It's your family in control. And it's all about building your family's unique philanthropic legacy. Right, so why go to the effort of setting one of these up? The answer is just this fantastic mix of smart financial benefits and some really deep personal rewards that honestly go way beyond the balance sheet. Okay, so if we break it down, a PAF gives you complete control over your giving. It's a pretty amazing way to get the whole family involved, even across generations. And of course, there are the big tax advantages. But beyond that, it creates this sustainable funding stream for charities, building a legacy that has a real, tangible impact out there in the community. Honestly, this is the big one for so many families. With a PAF, you are well and truly in the driver's seat. You and your board, which is usually your family, you decide how the money is invested. And most importantly, you have the final say on every single dollar that goes out, making sure it goes to the organizations and causes that truly matter to you. And this is where it gets really powerful. A PAF is so much more than a financial structure. It's a conversation starter around the dinner table. It's a way to bring everyone together, talk about your family's values, and get the younger generations involved in making big, important decisions. Just like the Mosen family found, it's an incredible tool for teaching that sense of responsibility and creating a culture of giving that can last for generations. All right, let's talk about one of the key financial perks. It gives you incredible flexibility for tax planning, and it all boils down to this one powerful number, 5. Now, this is a real game changer. When you put money into your PAF, you get an immediate tax deduction. But, and here's the clever part, you don't have to claim it all at once. You can actually choose to spread that deduction out over 5 years. This is so useful if you have a big financial year. Say you've sold a business or received an inheritance. It lets you manage your tax hit really effectively while still funding all your philanthropic goals. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling pretty inspired by the why. Let's switch gears and talk about the how. Now, setting up a PAF might sound a bit daunting, but when you break it down, it's actually a really clear, straightforward process. The whole thing really happens in 4 key stages. First, you draft the trust deed. Think of this as the rule book for your fund. Next, you set up a company to act as the trustee, which means your family members can be the directors and stay in control. Then comes the official stuff, registering with the ATO to get that all-important deductible gift recipient status. And finally, the best part. You make your first donation and boom, your family's philanthropic journey has officially begun. And you know what? You might be surprised at how quickly this all comes together. From start to finish, you're usually looking at about 4 to 6 weeks. It's a good timeline to keep in mind, especially if you're thinking about getting that tax deduction in before the end of the financial year. A little bit of forward planning here really pays off. Now, once you're up and running, there are, of course, some rules to follow. But I think it's helpful to see these less as chores and more as guardrails. They're the structures that protect your fund, make sure it does what it's supposed to do, and keep your family's visions safe for many, many years to come. Because really, good governance is everything. It's the bedrock of an enduring legacy. It makes sure everything's transparent and accountable, and it gives you total peace of mind that the fund is going to keep doing good work long into the future, exactly the way you planned. So what do these guardrails actually look like? Well, they kind of fall into two buckets. You've got your dues, which are all about being active and accountable. You've got to give away at least 5% of your assets each year, have a written investment plan, and get your books checked. And then you've got your don'ts, which are about protecting the fund's charitable status. So no asking the public for money, no running a business, and no dodgy investments. Simple as that. Together, they keep your fund focused purely on doing good. Of all those rules, this is the one number to really focus on every single year. You can think of it as the engine that keeps your PAFs impact running. Yeah, that 5% rule is what makes sure your PAF is an active force for good. This isn't about capital just sitting in an account. It's a promise. It's a commitment to provide a steady, reliable flow of funds to the charities that need it. It turns your legacy from just an idea into this living, breathing source of help and support in the community, year in, year out. So when it's all said and done, a private ancillary fund is so much more than a trust or a tax strategy. It's a framework for your family's values. It's a tool for bringing everyone together. And it's an incredibly powerful way to turn your success into something that lasts. So the only question left to ask yourself is, what story do you want your family's giving to tell? What will your legacy be?